Public Speaking Pekan District 2021. I am Lermailin from SMKTA. Today I am going to share with you on what COVID had taught me throughout the year. The first half of 2021 is going to end soon, and we are currently in another lockdown again. So it really took me a while to reflect on what happened last year and what I had learned from 2020. It's been a really long and tough year for me, honestly. And of course, I bet no one will find it easy, anyways. As I step into this whole new decade and hoping that 2020 is going to be a beautiful and wonderful year for me, but the reality hit me hard. Let's begin with the virus outbreak. COVID-19 had turned everything into a massive mess, and honestly, anyone wouldn't have expected that. We had gone through a lot of things, such as a few stages of lockdown, and everything felt like it was out of control. It was actually because schools are closed and we were no longer able to wandering around as this mysterious virus is floating around. Also, the face mask had become a must-have accessory in our daily basis. As our world is suffering from this global pandemic, we are suffering from a lot of stuff too. Unless that's what I felt, and I think it might be relatable with everyone else. um we didn't know whether our world is going to be normal again, or it will just become a new normal that we need to get used to. Once in those moments that my mind had meltdowns looking for certainty, and I felt completely clueless moving forward into the future, as I have totally no idea with what's going to happen next, and my plans were completely ruined. Until now, it is still a huge unknown that nobody has an answer to. But I think it is worthwhile talking about what this virus outbreak had taught me in my 16. To be honest, COVID-19 just downsized the people in my life and boiled it down to the most important ones. It also reminded me to just focus more on the present but not into the future, and just live in the moment, and just realize that I shouldn't feel anxious about the unknown. I was glad that my connection with the people that I truly love and care had become closer, and this has always been wholesome. 2020 actually gave me a chance to realize the importance of spending quality time with who I really connected to. And that's when I started came out with a lot of activities. I bake and cook with my mom, and I had video call with my friends, and we had conversations that we never had before, and it was pure quality time to strengthen our relationships. And during the lockdown, we had online classes at home, and it was nearly impossible for me to minimize my screen time, because sometimes I felt like I was just sitting in front of my table and working on my laptop whole day. And it felt a lot busier compared to when we were still in school. And it was really stressful somehow, because both life and work take place in home, because they seems like inseparable. So I started make myself a timetable, and I track on my to-do list to make sure everything is organized, and also to practice work-life balance. um we know that our mental health is important because it somehow influences our daily routine. So a healthy body and mind is something that we often overlook. So the next thing that my mind tried to discipline is my body. I started to work out every day, and working out actually made me felt so good though, because when I work out I just feel refreshing, energized and motivated throughout the day. 2020 actually taught me a lot, but I think there is one thing that deserves to be highlighted here is that 2020 kind of just gave me a wake up call that I need to start and slow down myself. When life gets you frustrating and you started to get tired and sick of this loop, you can probably just take a rest or just slow down yourself, because we couldn't compare our progress with um others. That's what I used to do, but I just realized that we couldn't go from 0 to 100 in one night, and it really takes a long time. And everyone is living in their own pace, so just don't compare with others. As long as you are making progress and you are on the right path, and then everything will be just fine, because at the end you will reach a destination and you will reach your target as well. I know 2020 had get everybody struggle a lot, but we should just bear in mind that all of these are just temporary. The bad feelings are temporary, the struggles are temporary. Also, the most important is um happiness is also temporary. So I think when you need a rest, you can just stop and don't feel guilty when you are not making any progress. Um, and don't give up on what you are working for. Remember that whenever life plants you, just bloom with grace, because at the end you will be fine and you will be on the right path anyways. Thank you for lending me your ears.